I would welcome you guys back to Shadow of Destiny, but unfortunately, I got stuck in the time stream again.
Man,
straight up,
we can never just keep that man still for more than one part.
He has to go take a leak, and then suddenly... Ugh.
We'll see you in like 3 more videos when he comes back for the finale. Jeez. Anyway, I'm sure we'll try and get him back.
We'll get him back sometime.
Even though he's made it clear that this is maybe not his game. I don't know. Maybe the SGB playthrough will be more riveting for him. I don't know. I can only compete with him so well. So we got the antidote to stop ourselves from being poisoned to death. And it's very simple.
We're still going to eat the food though.
I mean, the more something thing about it, though, I think the dude's made it no secret that when it comes that he's not the biggest fan of games that heavily rely on the stupid.
And then, as it turns out, Ike is just having a heart attack. This is the Ike that
real quick. Unfortunately, time is slowed down when you're in your inventory. There we go, antidote. And now that we're feeling the effects, we just take ourselves a little antidote here.
Quick, glug glug.
And by
you may be wondering why we didn't just have this in the last part. Last part was kind of a doozy, so we couldn't really do it even if we wanted to.
There was so much more dialogue than I wanted there to be, so I didn't want to make it go any farther.
Straits, guys. He couldn't drink the antidote when he was busy.
So, hey, and we get to also look at now we get to enjoy the next 30 seconds of our life to look at this comb and reminisce.
What a beautiful piece of artifact.
Or you could
Why
just,
are the lights only on in the left room?
Or comb your hair with it.
Whose house is that?
I don't know, but they're using their electricity bill very weirdly.
I mean,
anyway,
to be fair, for all we know, the other side of the house might just be, like, not used at the moment.
So get this, James. It's 11 o'clock at night.
Hey, look. It's a poster for that new movie.
Uh-huh.
What's it about?
What's about?
Yeah.
I never get this.
They don't like his movie, so they just walk right on along.
Is that Akuma?
Stuff anyway.
Guess what? That's actually going to be a plot point later, because the meditating man...
The meditating man.
That does sound pretty. That does seem pretty bourgeois.
It's just a guy who does meditating, but we got 5 seconds to live.
Is it related to the lawnmower man?
Do you have any idea how we're gonna die, James?
Car crash.
Car crash.
Called it.
Aye!
Oh, jeez.
What? He dodged out of the way, and yet he still landed on the knife, pointing straight up.
Is. It was the floor all along, but straight up, like, Ike is like, wow, I think I'm pissing him off. Like, he's kind of stopping being subtle at this point. He's just straight up, like, throwing me at things now. So, here's what we got to do. It's actually a pretty, for the most part, it's a pretty short chapter. Although I do want to do some other things. I want to try and do something important. So before we get run over again, we're going to go to a cold day.
Hold up. Why can't we just stay indoors and avoid the car altogether?
Because I guess because our past self would have been hit anyway. I don't know.
I mean, dude, that car was literally gunning right for us. The guy pretty much is out for blood at this point.
He just really wants this one idiot dead.
So we are going now to the 80s.
Ooh,
but it's a snowy day.
We're in Silent Hill.
Straight up, and there he is. There's the director, who has made another flop.
Oh,
he just never knows when to give up.
It's right. It's snowing.
Also, hi.
What's up with you? Oh,
You've answered my call, didn't you?
Huh?
Yeah. So this guy was actually trying to do a freaking ritual to summon a spirit of like he was trying to summon a muse, and we just happened to time travel at that exact moment.
I mean. Jeez.
So instead of running off in a fucking panic, he just goes like, "Oh boy, magic!"
Well, no, because again, Nikki, apparently what was happening is that
a year ago, I've been meditating every chance I can get, channeling all my
because we had time traveled in front of him, if you recall, a long time ago. He straight up thought he could summon us, and I guess it kind of happened.
Must have taken a lot of meditating power in order to do it.
I could just call the police. Oh wait, they don't exist in this town. I'm sorry.
Drama about a man with miraculous powers?
With miraculous powers?
Jeez, calm it down there, discount Otacon.
So straight up, what we need to do. Oh my god, he really is like Otacon.
What does Otacon?
It's just like his Japanese. So straight up, what we need to do is, if you want to solve the case of not getting run over by a car, You need to tell him a better movie besides Meditating Man, because straight up the logic here is if we make the poster more interesting, more people will show up to look at the poster at that exact same time of night, because I guess. And I mean, I don't know, it's like, how to put it, like,
the world?
No, you see what we're doing. We have to.
Let's just make it an autobiography.
Yeah, the best biopic ever. But no, it's as if hit and runs don't need witnesses. Like, I don't care if there's 5 people looking at that poster. A hit and run is still a hit and run.
Yeah, vehicular manslaughter is still a serious crime, but then again, this town doesn't have a police force.
Oh, wow.
Think about it this way. It'll be less about us and more so the other people that he'll likely have run over.
I'm a little higher
Seriously.
on the food chain. I can
So,
film this.
now what we need to
But
do.
it needs something more.
What?
A soul, if you will.
Wait.
I just had a bit of an epiphany, by the way.
That'll come later.
What's
We
that?
do it in the theaters, though,
Have you ever
all
watched
right?
The Truman Show?
Okay.
Yes.
You know that
Yeah, it's
scene where it
incredible.
flashes back to his childhood and there's like a dog blocking the
I
way?
am. Really, I
Yep.
am. Very
What
sincerely.
if this was that? Except with
I
getting hit
would-
by a car and dying every 5 minutes.
Dude, straight up, I would
Please
actually.
accept this
I
as
would
a
play a
gift
game. Oh wow,
in
an egg
the
watch.
name of
You
God.
play like a Truman Show video game?
You sure?
Like I would love that, and like the twist became like you were actually controlling another person all along. Like, it was like
It
their
looks
life, and they
old,
didn't
but
realize
it's
they were a
just a
protagonist
replica.
in the game, but you were affecting things like
My family
that
has
would be
an
interesting.
arts and crafts
I would be in, like
You were the
We
video
like
to an
gamer.
extent. To an extent, hear me out. The Truman Show is kind of like that one Pac-Man mystery game that James showed off.
What game?
The one where you do slingshots and like affect the world around Pac-Man to make him do
Pac-Man
stuff.
2.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you.
The Mystery of the Ghost. Remember where you had the slingshot stuff and there was the hang gliding chapter?
The new adventures.
Minecart.
Yes. That's like a Truman Show kind of thing where like it's all a TV. But I mean, I guess it can't because I think Pac-Man himself is aware that he's in this like world that you're interacting with.
Yeah, he was pretty much just letting the player guide his fate.
Whereas,
Yeah.
whereas Jim Carrey clearly does not know better.
You can't ask
Did you
me
hear
that.
that that Jim Carrey is thinking of retiring after Sonic 2?
What?
Yeah, he apparently in an interview he was just musing that he thinks he's done pretty much most of what he wants to do with acting or
Well, I
something
mean,
like
the
that.
dude's getting up there in his years, so I'm not going to say it's entirely out of left field.
He's done a ton of
I guess
stuff.
that's fair.
Though part of me also does wonder if he'll at least, give at least one more shot as the Egghead, just to portray an Eggman
Just
in
to
a fat
round
suit.
it out.
Yeah. Anyway, let's head back to the present.
Things weren't quite the same ever since his defeat in Sonic 2.
Oh well.
At least I assume that's how it is. I haven't seen the movie yet, and I don't know when I'm going to be able
Oh,
to.
Neither
this is
have I.
not the present. I chose a different time period by mistake.
Why do we... Oh, right, to give that little girl a kitten.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Completely forgot.
Oh
sorry.
yeah, the side quest.
I've been having this kitten in my pocket this whole time.
It's
The energy
gnawing
unit
at,
and
it's gnawing at Ike's thigh.
Nah, it's just poking out of the vest.
the kitten.
You just never see it because he always curls himself back inside whenever the camera's right at him. Also, here
Okay,
you go.
well, we gave this little girl a cat. So
A kitten
Is that
straight
it?
from the future.
Oh, you've got a kitten, haven't you?
you've got a good little stuffed kitten for little good me.
What's it to you?
It might
you
as well just be
go.
Chio-chan.
And look, its color scheme fits perfectly with the time period.
Actually,
It's as
yeah.
if
Now
we
when I
were
look
born
at
for this time.
I was like, yeah. Now that I look at the hairstyle, you're right. All it's missing is the orange dye.
Hooray! Thank you.
I mean,
You know,
hey, if this were in color, it probably would be orange.
A part of me just realized something. What if this spawns Mr. Eckert's fascination with cats?
We've solved the time strain. And also, if you ever want to, so again, if you ever, I don't know if I ever mentioned this mechanic, but you can only time travel in certain areas if, like, you need to make sure there's no NPCs near you, except for Dana that one time because we were an idiot.
And they got
Well,
but-
wasn't that more so we were just on the clock?
Yeah, that's true. So normally you'd have to find a spot that's away from other people, which is like, that's why I would have to go around that corner and stuff. But anyway, now we're going to head back to here because there's actually something else we can do on this cold day besides give a guy a movie idea.
Also, why did we give her the cat? Just aside from
just for brownie points. If you can believe it, there actually is a 100% thing. Like, you have to do certain elements and things to, like, interact and see certain flavor text, and that gets you a better percentage or something.
Gotcha.
That sounds really
So if I
stupid
want-
for a game with several endings.
Oh, I agree. Hence why I don't care. Not about you, but about the element in general.
Oh.
So
I mean,
if
there's
we
certain
run
games
down
that
the
can do it
street,
okay.
something's gonna happen.
Gunshots?
Might
shot.
want to move the other way, Ike.
Yeah.
Nope,
You're
we are brave and daring,
You're
such as
very
Dirk.
danger prone, Ike. You probably wouldn't want to run. Actually,
Also, hello,
what's he doing here?
the baby.
He,
The baby.
oh, remember he mentioned he carried a baby and he hated it at some point.
Then why is he carrying a baby now?
It'll all come into practice later, I guess.
Yes.
No,
So
but
we
like,
gotta hurry. We gotta hurry into the scene of the crime to figure. Oh crap, Miss.
Oh.
So we're gonna learn this later. That's
Are you okay?
Where
that was Mr. Eckerd's wife,
she?
Damn, she looked good.
and she's dead.
Damn.
so the homunculus straight up
Baby?
capped her in the knee and took
Lady,
her baby.
Hold on.
Yeah.
For what
What's
reason?
going on? Someone hurt? I don't know.
I mean, I assume the game will tell us eventually.
There's a lot at play here,
Isn't
and
this
I
Mr.
will
Eckert?
explain it. Oh crap, hey Mr. Eckerd.
I mean, I'm almost wondering if it was only just for the petty reason of it being a distraction for Ike.
Or the fact of the matter is that he could.
Miriam, stay with me. Hold on. Oh, God, where's Dana? Wasn't she with you?
Who?
Did anyone see a baby?
Dana,
Wait a minute. That sounds familiar.
the baby's name was. So a homunculus kidnapped a baby, and its name was Dana.
Part of
Someone-
the complete balanced breakfast, Mr. Bush.
Someone was cooking in the kitchen with Dana.
No. Did you?
I don't know, sir.
I didn't see nothing.
You took the baby, you son of a bitch!
Oh, hey, you too.
Huh?
Did anyone see who did this?
It was probably
Nuh-uh.
that guy that just walked over here.
God,
I will say, nice little detail to make sure that they have little puffs of smoke because it is a cold day.
How could this happen?
So yeah, we're going to learn more about this a little later.
There's just one problem here.
Well, I'm going to talk to him a bit more, and
Oh, my.
yeah, great contribution, buddy. What do you have to say,
So-
Mr. Eckert?
Miriam.
Yeah, no, she's dead. What do you have to say, punk?
What's taking the ambulance so long?
We've told
What's
you
an
about
ambulance?
this. We've told you
better
about
go.
this. we never mind.
It turns out I pushed
Again.
up to the time stream far enough that there is no such thing as an ambulance anymore.
Also, you know, for some reason I thought, considering you were literally the only other person there on the scene, they would have just, you know, told you to say, hold your horses, mister.
Yeah.
Because if you're the only person there at the time of her, you know, death, that makes you a suspect, buddy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and now he just time travels to the point where the case is already, like,
Hey, look, it's a
non-existent.
poster for that new movie.
So there is actually a way to save Miriam, but that's for another ending.
So we're gonna have to leave her for dead if we want the good ending.
For right now, yeah. For now, hey, we saved our own life. Now these two are going to be looking at this movie poster,
As opposed to
Draw
the
a
two
pretty
that were
big
looking
crowd.
at the movie poster before.
including the It kind of reminds me a little bit of Clock Tower. And,
This kind of looks like another Shin Megami Tensei spin-off.
Right. I've got a good feeling about this one too.
and the
It's gonna
car's
make a
like,
shit ton of money, homie.
and the car's
Another
like,
major
ah,
hit,
phooey.
No doubt about that.
Man,
Boy,
this
no.
guy. Oh, never mind. He just. Oh.
He's just reversing,
He goes.
ah, phooey.
Hey, watch what you're doing.
So,
That's a very
regardless-
nonchalant reaction for someone just taking your car.
Too many
Right.
witnesses. Gotta
I
bail.
assume it's his car.
I guess so. Hey, phone call.
Oh,
Now
I
what?
forgot I still had this thing.
In this day and age, I'm so used to scaring people with this, and
Hi there. I'm sorry, but something's come up.
Mr.
and I
Eckert?
need that book back. If you could bring it over, I'll be waiting at the library tower.
why at the
So,
tower when you want it in the library room?
I was trying to ask before, but
Yes, go
I
for
was interrupted by plot. But
Sorry.
Homunculus took Dana when she was a baby.
Yes.
Yes.
For what reason?
Again, for all I know, a distraction.
No, that doesn't fly with me. Like, what's the justification in this case? Just because he could?
For all I know, maybe she's linked to the you know what? Yeah, I don't know either. It doesn't make no sense.
Logan, can you possibly explain?
So, would you believe me if I told you it has something to do with Ike's ancestors?
Huh?
Rope?
Again, trust me, there is an explanation for this, and they will try their best to explain it, but I feel like if I were to tell you all about it now, it'd be kind of a... I'd be stealing the thunder of the game. For now, we go up to the top of the tower, and we also took that rope with us for no reason, because we're gonna die.
Whee! Ow.
Man, this is just a very bad day for us.
The horrible,
Welcome
awful,
back.
no good bad day for Ikush.
Homunculus, you could have at least cleaned up a little bit in the times that I've been showing
Yeah,
up here.
seriously. All this
I almost landed on that rubble.
All this
You're
rubble
all-
statuary.
You're also asking this to the same girl / dude / whatever Homunculus is that has a hard enough time lifting a baby.
Like,
Yeah,
legit.
fine, but I don't know, magic and... So, okay, we have a little bit of time up on that tower. At this point, the chapter's actually pretty short. This chapter's actually pretty straightforward because we already have everything we need
Actually,
to...
hold up a sec. James, man, fuck that argument, because Homunculus is strong enough to at least stand up on his own 2 feet. He can
Well,
at least
but
get
that- but
away.
that- that's his own
There's a
weight.
difference between that and holding a baby.
Right.
No, but like no, the rubble in his little abode, he could just kick his aside.
I think the implication is that he only has enough strength to move his own body. The minute he tries to lift even a pound over his own body weight, problems. So for now, we're trapped in here. It's actually a very short thing. So I'm going to travel a little bit back in time.
Probably about a few minutes.
A couple hours actually.
Oh.
A couple
It
hours.
was 8 as opposed to 11 p.m. So now it's 8 p.m. And I'm showing up here because in this tower, we're going to hopefully try to...
Isn't there any way
Foil
to get
the
in
killer.
without Mr. Eckert knowing?
how do we get in without Mr. Eckert knowing?
This is an old lock.
Tell him, hey, what's
Maybe I
that?
can get a
And
hold of
then
it.
go inside.
Okay, we need to find the key.
The key.
Wait a minute. Maybe it's the same key that we got from the old fogey from. Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna
Or
go
we
back
can-
in time to when this place was first built.
What?
Huh.
This
Oh,
is a very old lock, so we can just find the key when it was locked.
But then, wouldn't that kind of screw Mr. Eckert out of having that key?
It means he wouldn't be able to get inside.
I'm sure they'll make. Oh,
you know,
wow,
or
actually,
maybe we could use a spare key.
well, at that point, it depends on the logic he's looking into this. If he, because I'll say right now, if
Uh-oh.
oh, it's the photo. Oh crap, they're taking the photo. Oh crap, we traveled back in time to when they were taking the photo of us outside.
Oh shit! Too soon! Too
dear.
soon! Too soon!
Okay, so fortunately the daughter is not here. We just need to find where they keep the keys. That key.
Perfect. Now we should make sure to put it back after you're done with it.
Oh,
You
there's a
idiot, those are
duplicate.
piano
Oh,
keys.
it's a dupe. It's a
But
dupe.
the-
I knew it. It's a duplicate.
But again, hear me out. If it were me, oh, she's playing with the baby. But again, if
baby.
it were me, I would straight up have looked into this and said, "Hey, one of the duplicates gone. I should change the locks so that there's not a loose key going around." And oh, that's where we're gonna screw with Sibylla's brain.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Uh,
Now she'll be into dogs. She'll demand a puppy.
fuck. I gotta
We
hide.
We gotta leave. So this kind of gameplay here is actually pretty. What's happening here is kind of interesting. It reminds me a bit of. I've been thinking of doing this for the channel at some point. Has anyone here heard of the Sexy Brutale?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
It's a cool kind of a puzzle, not platform, but it's kind of a puzzle
murder
mystery
mystery.
game in which you're trying to help prevent people's murders, but the catchicky is you can never be in the same room as any other character.
Oh.
So you have to like study by like looking in through keyholes and like hiding and trying to influence and change things in the room before anybody gets there to prevent a murder from happening.
Oh, so you're basically playing behind the scenes.
Yep. Also, what I did there was the rope that I got in the present was super old because it's like over 100 years old. But I went back in time to get the rope when it was nice and freshly made, so now it will not be dusty and prone to snap at a moment's notice.
Well, I mean, it's kind of amazing that they just left the rope alone
for so many years.
Leave the rope alone.
So now we can go back to the present and we can use the nice, restored, strong rope.
That is a nice rope.
That is a very nice
And
rope.
again, let's just be thankful we got a replica key.
Yep, and that they never bothered to change the locks for 100 years.
I mean, it is an old, it
it
is an old building, and I mean, who's gonna go rummaging around these parts anyway?
Also, holy crap, we're here 2 days ahead of time.
Oh shit!
This town doesn't even have.
This
town doesn't even have police. Why would anybody come here?
I'm thinking about why. Oh, that's right. Technically,
Since I'm going to be shoved off here, I can tie.
So straight up, what we're going to do is we're going to set this up in such a way, and we're going to just create ourselves a little safety line and hope to God that we remembered our knot tying classes.
And let's just hope that Mr. Eckert doesn't notice this.
Or the murderer,
so long.
for that
Wait,
matter.
hold on. Wait, what's up?
All right. Yes, he did say he was coming over tomorrow to look at painting.
Mr. Eckert, you're talking over the intercom again.
Yes, yes, I know. I won't tell
But
anyone.
it sounds like someone's telling him that someone's alive? It's closed now.
And for what
But,
purpose?
well, I think it's because it's a
Something
locked
tells me
door.
we should go go forward a few days.
Yep,
Something
it's
tells
time
me we
to...
shouldn't go into the tower to begin with.
But unfortunately, we're dumb. We don't know no better. So we're gonna go exactly back to the present to meet our fate and hope to God
give
that
a
the
kiss in the
fine
face.
craft...
So what you're telling us is this entire game could have avoided if we just moved.
Yeah, or just not gone out of bed.
Yeah.
Or maybe not screwed around with the... Again, there's a lot at play, and another thing is there's a lot to wonder why any of this is happening, because we're actually trapped in a really dumb paradox loop. For now, quickly run over and pick up this and get near this rope, so that when it's time...
That's pretty strong.
Yep, so here we
And the
go.
murderer doesn't notice this?
Oh! Yeah, no, you definitely fell past the rope, but
Oh, we dropped our comb.
yeah,
It's not like we were using it for anything.
Is it over?
I don't think it's... Dude, all they have to do is just cut the rope, and then you're still done.
Yeah, doesn't the murderer just check over the side to make sure that the job is done?
I guess the implication is that you're like, oh, maybe he was so scared he didn't think to actually check to see if his work was complete.
I mean, he
So
just shoved off one of his oldest friends. Of course, he'd probably feel a little bit of guilt.
Well, give way to surprise. But I guess that phone call
What
conversation
surprise?
does
That's been established since fucking...
Well,
parts
definitely.
ago?
Well, it definitely was. Yeah, it was established. There was some, because the freaking because the pot was
pot.
in his room. Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of obvious at that point.
So in the next part, we're gonna confront Mr. Eckert and say, "Hey,
Stop
So
trying
about
to
you
do
trying
the
to-
deed and kill us.
yeah." It's surprisingly, we're gonna have a very chill conversation of, so about you trying to murder me.
Several times over, in fact.
times, several times. Join us in the next part. We still got this rabbit hole's got a little deeper to go.
Or you know what? It would be funny if the conversation starts. Mr. Eckert pulls out a revolver. Game over.
Mr. Eckert, I don't use this language lightly, but what the fuck?